Hey, amazing people. I'm back. I'm feeling so much better. And we are in chapter 8 of Marianne Williamson's amazing book, The Law of Divine Compensation on Work, Money, and Miracles. Chapter 8, Spiritual Surrender. No one likes to worry about money. No one likes to lose their job. No one wants to face the possibility of being broke. But these things happen. And when they do, they're not random incidents. The law of cause and effect is the building block of the universe. Every effect has a cause, just as every cause has an effect. And the original primary level of cause is thought. In other words, thought is the initial cause of everything that happens, and thought is the initial cause of any effort to change it. We read in the book of Genesis that the world began when God spoke. His thoughts created the universe and continually recreated. You may not think of God as a male. You may have a different name. Just substitute your name and keep moving. Thoughts of love are causes with a capital C. Thoughts of fear are caused with a little c. Thoughts have dominion over big C. Thoughts have dominion over little c thoughts because love is real and fear is not. Love comes from God and fear does not. I don't agree with her. Everything comes from God. I think fear is something that comes when we don't quite know what it is we want to do, or we've seen somebody else do it and seen them fail. But fear is real until it's not. It's real for you. It's an illusion that things are going to change, but that illusion is real for you at that moment. So when she says that fear doesn't come from God, but then you tell me everything comes from God, everything was created, came from God, you make up your mind. Did God make everything, or is there some things God didn't make that came from somewhere else? And then, okay, I get it. She's saying fear is an illusion. It's not real at all. That's not true, in my opinion. Their fear can be real. At least I've had some fears that were real. But let me keep reading. Any appearance produced by fear-based thinking is happening only within the worldly illusion, and illusions cannot stand in the presence of love. Then she got this in bold. We experience who we really are and what it is we're meant to do in any moment where we pour love into the universe. I believe that. Your natural state is external prosperity because your internal state is spiritually prosperous. By external prosperity, I don't necessarily mean great wealth as the world defines it, but a level of material sustenance that does not include lack or fear. Beyond the veil of illusion that is our perceptual framework lies a universe of miracles. That universe is not a dream world. It is a spiritual home to which we are destined to return. Not at some later date after we die or after many lifetimes of effort, but every instant of our lives. Our heart is the compass that leads us there. The universe of miracles is where our soul truly lives, even in our mortal forgetfulness. It is not a metaphor, but an actual dimension of consciousness. It is the holy grail of the spiritual quest. A shift in thinking from fear to love is the miracle. A miracle is not a supernatural event. It is a metaphysical. Meta means beyond, thus metaphysical reality refers to the reality that is beyond the physical. There is nothing supernatural about love or its effects, in fact. Love is our truest natural state of being. Think of a baby. They just love you. So this is our natural state. The thinking of the world is simply upside down, with the naturalness of love feeling almost unnatural at times, and the unnaturalness of fear feeling natural. The most powerful liberating thing we can do is to break from the fear-based thinking that dominates the world, to surrender to the mindset that the world has taught us, and to accept a new one instead. There are times when what we thought was our very best thinking drove us straight into a ditch. Sometimes, though we played what we thought were our best cards, we still went bust. I've been there. We did what we thought we should do, and we still lost everything. I've been there too. We tried our best, and we still ended up with disaster looming. Hallelujah. Can I get an amen? We've been there, right? It's happened. But that's when we're ready to do the one thing we've been terrified to do. Admit to ourselves that we're out of ideas, that we need help, that we're incapable of providing for ourselves. Then we find somewhere around the time, that's when our knees hit the floor, that this isn't when it's all over, that it's when it all begins. When my whole world came crashing down like London bridges tumbling down. In the rubble, my God, in that rubble, I saw so much good stuff. What begins? Our awareness of who we really are, who walks with us, and why we're here. We experience who we really are and what it is we're meant to do in any moment when we pour our love into the universe. That's the moment when we finally arrive, cultivating an attitude in which we see ourselves as here to serve a greater plan than our own, as vessels through which the love that is in the heart of all things flows through us to bless the world. This isn't something to announce to everyone we meet, obviously, but it's something that any of us can think about and can act on. I want to give you a perspective. If you're in a relationship or just ended a relationship or just got put out of a relationship you didn't want to get put out of, but they let you go, and you love that person, and that person didn't love you back. Look at it like this. If you gave everything you could and they just didn't show up, you performed an act of charity because you gave and didn't receive back something. So that love that you gave to them, they needed that love, especially if they're damaged and they were doing things in a relationship that you know you ain't had damn well you should have been putting up with, but you kept on and they kept taking and taking and taking. They were so depleted, they needed your love. So you gave it and gave it freely, willingly giving them that love. You performed an act of charity. You are a charitable giver. You gave that love. And love is not something that if somebody doesn't give it back, you go, well, I loved you and you didn't love me back. That's not what love is about. It's I loved you and I enjoyed loving you. And if they start to abuse it, of course you don't enjoy abuse, then you say, well, I'm going to go ahead and go and love you from across the street because no. Anywho, where was I at? We experience, okay. Opening ourselves fully to love is much different than the success mentality taught by the world. No taking the bull by the horns, no trying to push people over or out of the way so you can be number one, no desperate struggling to get to the top of the heap. As children of God, each of us already is at the top of the heap. The only real top of the heap is love, and love is what we are. And there is no competition in divine mind. You can be good at a thing and somebody else can be just as good at it, and there's enough people that you both can have clients. You don't have to compete with anybody but yourself the day before. That's it. There ain't no competition in divine mind. That's how I wake up and I create when I'm making jewelry, when I'm making phone cases, when I was making clothes. Anything that I'm doing, I go, there is no competition in divine mind. What is mine, and what is theirs, and I'm happy for them. Even if they're not happy for me, I'm still happy for them. If they make $1 million on their product, I'm like, yeah, because if they got $1 million, God got another $1 million for me, and I just got to do what I need to do to get my $1 million from God, not complain about whether somebody else got their $1 million. In recognizing that you're here only to love, you realize that as long as you do that, you're already a success. And love doesn't have to be something grand. As Mother Teresa said, there are no great deeds, there are just small deeds done with great love. It might be a kinder greeting to check out the person at the grocery store, or an apology to someone whose feelings you've hurt, or a simple expression of kindness, compassion, or forgiveness. The point isn't just what you give when you give love, but also what you open yourself up to receive. As you send love out, the universe will send love back. It's simply the law of cause and effect. When we think of ourselves as channels for the infinite creative energy of the universe, we think higher thoughts than, how will I get a job? We're lifted to a realm of consciousness where questions like, how can I best serve the world, take precedence over what can I get out of this? What I did the other day, because I'm not sure what school I'll be at. I want to go back to the school I was in, but that may not be available. I'm still in school getting my degree, so I may have to go somewhere else. But I said, I want the highest available position where I can give the greatest service to them and receive the best compensation, because I'm not doing it for free, y'all. And you shouldn't be doing it for free. You don't have to do stuff for free all the time. I still got to eat. I said that, and we'll see where I land. But wherever I land, I'm going to land on my feet. And I'm going to land where I'm supposed to land because the prayer was real. I just want to receive the highest and best opportunity where I can serve, be of service, get some compensation for that service, and it's all good. Okay. Within that realm, we naturally do get a job, we naturally do create money, and we naturally do produce an outer prosperity that reflects the prosperity in our hearts. This does not mean we don't have to do the footwork, but our feet become guided by wisdom we might not have even known we had. We do this not just to make money or even to get employment. We do this in order to live in the flow of a meaningful, joyful life. In a very real way, money is the least of it. We're here to do work that exists on a higher plane than mere money. That doesn't mean money isn't to be respected or dealt with appropriately, responsibly, and with moderation. It is, and we will suffer accordingly when we fail to remember that. But money itself is neither good nor bad. It's a material thing that, like all material things, is infused with holiness if created righteously and used for holy purposes. That's why when people say money is the root of all evil, no, money is not the root of all evil. What people do to get money is their evil. And that they need to get to the root of that. But money is just paper. It's not the root of the evil. No, we say things, or that other one we say, where we say it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to get in heaven. That's basically saying don't get no money because you know a camel cannot go through the eye of a needle, and you'd rather just be poor because then you can go to heaven. No, Got to keep that throat lubricated. The way to abundance is surrender. The way to abundance is to surrender our abilities, talents, asking that they be used by God to help heal the world. Wow. Too many people feel that they have talent but simply don't know where to put it. We're not raised in a society that asks, what are your gifts and how can they make the world a more beautiful place? We're usually asked something more like, what will you do to make a living? This knocks us out of our natural rhythm because the soul simply doesn't think that way. I just thought about something. The first question, what are your gifts and how can they make the world a more beautiful place? So if somebody asks you that versus what do you do to make a living? If you ask me what are my gifts and how can I make the world a beautiful place, I will say, well, with jewelry and meditation and yoga and teaching, I can help people love themselves more through themselves. Of course, I'm just giving them the tool. But if you ask me, what will you do to make a living? I can say, oh, I'm going to go strip. I'm going to get on that pole and shake that thing. Well, I can't do that because I tried. I took a pole dancing class because I thought, well, I'm strong in yoga. Completely different and hard. I have nothing but mad respect if you can get up on that pole like that. But is that really doing better for the world? This knocks us out of our natural rhythm because the soul simply doesn't think that way. There is no more natural proclivity than to serve love. Something very powerful happens when we pray. Dear God, please use me. Yes. Dear God, please use me. And then when you say that, though, be ready for what God needs you to be used for. God may be like, yeah, like you come to somebody's house and say, oh, what can I help you with? You cleaning, what can I help you? And they go, oh, can you clean the bathroom? You're like, I ain't mean that part. I meant maybe I could move these pillows over here. But that's not what you said. You said, how can I be of help? So you say, dear God, please use me. Yeah, get ready, get ready, get ready. Making ourselves available to the universe for its loving purposes, we are taken up on our offer immediately. When anything, money included, is separated from our natural proclivities, the miraculous universe is thrown off course. As long as we make love our bottom line, then our lives will naturally prosper. Sometimes what will later make us a fortune arrives first as a creative impulse that no one would necessarily think profitable at the time. There's a lady whose daughter was born with celiacs, and she just wanted her daughter to taste the pancake. She's like, my daughter wants a pancake. She sees us eating them and she wants a pancake. She's the woman who made that gluten-free recipe for gluten-free flour, and now she got a lot of money because she just wanted out of love for her daughter to taste the pancake. Do something not because you think it might make money. Do it you don't make money because you don't work in a mint. Do something not because you think it might earn you money. Do it because it makes your heart sing. The biblical injunction, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven and all else will be added unto you, means embrace the realization of your oneness with all things, and everything that could contribute to your good will emerge from the power of that thought. One day you might find yourself called to a task that makes no money at all. But if it contributes to your stature as a human being, to your character and integrity, if it teaches you about yourself and about the world, if it provides you with an opportunity to show up fully for life, then it was a prosperous activity. Another day you might find yourself in a job you don't really love. And yet if you're honest with yourself, you realize it's teaching you discipline or humility or responsibility. Necessary lessons in order to attract and manage money correctly. Money comes from the universe and will arrive when it's created, not just by material cause, but by the energy of righteousness. Righteousness means right use of the mind, and only the right use of the mind is love. The only right use of the mind is love. Like if you know that you're doing something and you are overcharging, meaning you know that it costs you, let's say it costs you $20 to make something, and then your time, you value your time, it took you an hour to make it, so I'm going to charge $40 an hour for my time. It's $60. If you then charge $500 for that thing, do you think that that's what you should charge for it? If that's what you think you should charge for it, go for it. I can't tell you whether God's going to like, yeah, that's what the product should be. I don't know. That one's a tricky one. So I don't even know why they came to mind. Because, yeah. The ego mind surrenders, mean give up, to the spiritual mind. Surrender means giving in and receiving. Once we're there, inside the holy place where is all its inner riches, the outer goal of the worldly prosperity appears in miraculous ways. It comes inviting us to use our wealth responsibly and to share it generously as the universe has shared it with us. In her prayer in here, because you know she likes to add prayers. Take a deep breath in and out. Close those eyes. Do that again. Inhale and exhale. Repeat after me. Dear God, I surrender to you who I am, what I have, and what I do. May my life and talents be used in whatever way serves you best. I surrender to you my failures and any pain still in my heart. I surrender to you my successes and the hopes that they contain. May the light of your love shine deep within my heart and extend through me to bless the world. Amen. That's it for that chapter. Tomorrow we're back with chapter 9, Transcending Fear. Good Lord willing, the creek don't rise. I hope that you like this reading. I hope that you understand that I just read because I enjoy doing it. This is what I love. So it doesn't pay any money yet, but I love to do it. Love, love, love to read out loud and offer my 2 cents. I'm Tracy Lene. Like, share, subscribe.